Let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about how breathing can naturally raise your testosterone, your human growth hormone, and make your penis bigger. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. Alright, before we get started here, please do me a huge favor. Please ring the bell, subscribe to the channel. Tell some friends. Of course, give me that Arthur Fonzarelli thumbs up like so I say hey. And of course, follow me on my social media. I go by Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram, Snapchat. I'm YOUNGDAYGO. And that's right, we're going to be talking about how breathing can naturally, raise that testosterone and your HGH and make that penis bigger, make you manifest the best, because you know what we're all about here in the BCC, the Big Cock Consciousness, the Big Cock Collective, where I help you manifest a bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder penis, naturally raise that human growth hormone and testosterone, help you manifest the best. I'm a spiritual guide and a mentor. I'm here to expand your mind and increase your size. Any serious inquiries about exercise and, a whole bunch of other variety of one-on-one coaching, I'm here for you. And, please get at me. Now, without further ado, I'm here to tell you how breathing can make you a better you. And I know it might sound, very cliche and woo-wooey with the whole woo-wooey, Louie-Nooey in the news, yeah. And like I said, anyways, with the whole breathing, law of attraction, spiritual type of motion. But, nonetheless, it's still very important because breathing is where it all comes down to. I mean, if this is where I go with, if you're breathing, you're achieving, and every day that I wake up, we got to take that breath before the feet hit the ground. I got to say, I got a shot today. It's a beautiful thing. So go ahead and feel that, feel that love, because breathing is definitely one of the ways to get you flowing and get you growing. And if you're breathing, you're already meant to be here. So that's something that you should keep in your mind. And of course, with that, I always got to say, if you want beauty to appear, you got to keep this clear. And, you got to be a clear conduit for growth. So go ahead and write that down. I am clear for growth. And when we're coming with this flow, we're talking about how your breathing could definitely shape the way of your day and just how you are at any given time. And I'm not here to give you like the Wim Hof, method. I'm more or less trying to tell you to stop himin and hawin and and what that comes down to is, if you ever been in a stressful situation where you didn't even really need to do that, type of motion, don't do those. I really find that those type of breathing is counterproductive to naturally raising testosterone. And you could go the whole science route with the whole cortisol production and how you can, like I always say, man, you always got to find what collective belief can help me achieve. So when you go with the science belief of your breathing techniques, there are definitely ways of getting you out of a stressful situation. And there's been, EKGs and a whole bunch of variety of other tests that will show you when you're under stress that if you can just come back to that breath, you're going to definitely help you be your best. And when we're coming with that, we got to come with love. I mean, just when I'm touching my heart, it's just one of the ways I got to start, man. It's just always worth sharing and spreading that love every which way that I can. And if you hear somebody on the other line of the phone, you see somebody on the TV, you're staring at somebody in the line in the grocery store, sitting in traffic, if they're crossing your path, instead of having a neutral thought even, just intend on them to have a beautiful day. Feel love in some kind of way and go along your day. Because like I say, the universe is a mirror, and what you put out comes back in, much like a breath. So breathe it out, breathe it in. It's a beautiful thing. And like I said, man, all this breathing is just something to be more conscious about. And just see where you're at on a day-to-day. Like if you're somebody that's hemming and hawing a lot, that's no good for nobody. It's very stressful. And I find that when you're in that zone of doing that, that's just taking away your flow, which takes away the grow. And when we want to have a positive pump and a positive breathing, you got to think about how you are even in the gym, how you breathe, like when you're working out, you're not doing like a like type of exhaustion, which is no good. I had to just charge it up real quick. Santa Claus is coming to town, baby. You know, of course, you know, we got you know, the holidays coming, so I'm kind of excited. You know, you watch the Santa Claus jingle all the way. If we're talking about that today, we'll go ahead and write down your favorite Christmas movie. I know it's still No Nut November, but I still just feel the inclination to just go ahead and share anything that makes you happy at any given moment, because that's what this is all about. If you're smiling, you're doing something right. The smile's made in the mind. It's divine. And don't forget that, man. You gotta always do the things that, you know, are good for you. You know, sometimes if you gotta watch a Christmas movie, like I say, the best Thanksgiving movie of all time is Rocky. And you know, I gotta say this, man. The holiday's coming, so hey, yo, to you it's Thanksgiving. To me it's just Thursday. You know, so there we go, man. They got me going in my flow, and that's just a line that always resonates well to me. But you know, I'm gonna tell you what, it's not just Thursday to me. Thanksgiving is a beautiful holiday. There's gonna be pasta and turkey. Definitely get on my Snapchat, my Instagram. I'll be showing you that, and that's something that you can definitely check out along the way. And I intend on you guys to have a beautiful holiday and just feel beautiful at any given time. I'm here for you. And when we're talking about just, you know, feeling happy and just having fun, that's what life really all comes down to, man. You don't want to be all over just like such, you know, just, you know, going to the wall, just rock, paper, scissors, shoot. You don't want to be too much in a serious motion, and that's just no good for the flow of your life, man. You got to have some fun every which way that you can, and there's always a shot that you can just, you know, breathe it in and have some fun. Even if you're looking at something on your phone, just make sure you're doing something that's making you smile and feel something right. If you're laughing and you're doing something right, that's really all it comes down to, man. If you're laughing, you're smiling, that's really what our light really is, man. We are all meant to be happy. We're all meant to be loved. We're all meant to be fun. And when you're doing that, you're in your best. And when you're in your best, you can manifest the best. And that's what this is all coming down to. And when we're talking about breathing and getting away from the stress, it's about, you know, sometimes you got to woo-side and just, you know, breathe it up. Just breathe it out. Just, you know, just be appreciative that you got a breath. And there's so many beautiful, you know, stress relieving breathing techniques that you can even watch. Even I'll check them out every now and then on, you know, surfing a YouTube like you do. And, you know, sometimes it really will help you out. If you're ever feeling that overwhelmed feeling, there's some, you know, changing your breathing patterns to just make you feel good. You know, even just breathing through one nostril for a minute and then out the other. You know, I'm sorry, man. Detroit winters over here, it came early, so you know what I mean. Getting that extra nasally sound, and you know, in the Detroit, you know, gotta be sounding like I'm from Chicago, IL, before you know it, with all that, you know, cold winter. Yeah, maybe that sounds more Canada. I don't know. Either way, what I'm going with today is you got to start with that breathing. And when you're breathing, you're achieving. So don't forget that. If you got a breath, you got a shot. And we're going to take that shot and we're going to manifest it into something better. Just understand that you can essentially change your, you know, your vibe at any given time. And that's what this is all about. Just remember, if you're breathing, you can change your pattern, you can change your life. And when we're breathing for, you know, for life, for light, for growth, we're going to be changing the pattern into something that's more controlled and just being aware of it. You know, like I said, you know, the Wim Hof method is something that I do every now and then. There's millions of YouTube videos that they show you how to do it. Wim Hof he's a badass dude that, you know, he goes in the cold weather kind of like I do. You know, I'm not comparing like what he does, but I run barefoot in the wintertime, and I'll be shirtless and, you know, in freezing weather. And like I said, you want to check out that one video when it was snowing. It was literally like, you know, below 0 degrees Celsius, and, you know, with the wind chill, it was definitely in the negatives. And, you know, I thought it was like only, 20 something or 28, 30, whatever that weather was for the day in Fahrenheit. And yeah, you know, I'm the kind of guy that I can handle that because, you know, I use the mind. And I didn't even Wim Hof for that day. But be as it may, that's the type of guy that, you know, he'll stand out in cold weather for, you know, prolonged periods of time. And you know, it's just, you know, something that you should understand that you can do. You know, I do a Wim Hof breathe before I take a cold shower, and you don't necessarily have to do that, but I just find that it just helps kind of like psych you up before you do it. And as I like to keep my, you know, keep my huge piece of meat swinging at the knees, dropping to the pecs, making you your best. And when I'm in the shower doing, you know, when I do a cold shower, I always got to make sure that, you know, I'm ready for it. I don't do a cold shower the whole time because, you know, I like my pores to open up. I find that it's beneficial to have, you know, warm as well as cold. You know, it's you know, the woo, you know, the yin and the yang, the Wu Wei flow, that Tao practice that I go with, the path of least resistance, and something that I really believe in. And you know, when you're doing a cold shower, you know, there's so many collective beliefs that can help you achieve with it. That can show you that it helps you with your immune system. It helps you, you know, raise your metabolism, burn more fat, naturally raise that testosterone. You know where we're at. So it's something that's worth giving a shot. But if you tell yourself that you can't do it, then you never will. And that's really what this all comes down to, is about you know, understanding that you are your own power. And you know, your breath is the thing that we control, that's keeping us going. So I always find that, you know, even when I'm in the astral realms, and you know me, whenever I go to sleep at night, I'm dripping that DMT, Joe Rogan, and I ain't got to snort for it, jab a vein for it. All I got to do is sleep, and I'm battling it out in them astral realms. And you know me. And like I said, man, that breathing is definitely something that can help you at any given time. And like, you know, if you ever find yourself in a nightmare situation, the sleep paralysis where you can't move and you got the peanut butter mouth like Neo in the Matrix, and you're like, you can't move, and it's kind of, you feel like something's right there. Always remember these couple, these quick tips for you. Always smile, because you got to know that nothing can get you. Everything is beautiful, so just keep that smile going. And if you can, start practice blowing on your eyelids. So if you can do that, you're definitely going to change the pattern. And just the fact that you can control your breathing, you can get yourself out of the dream too. Because if you're holding your breath for long enough while you're in the dream, you're going to just wake up because you got to breathe. And that's usually how people wake up from a nightmare anyways, because they start freaking out. But the fact that you know that you can control your breathing is something that correlates not only in the astral realms, but into the realms of every day. And when we're talking every day, and we're talking about growing and making that huge piece of meat, making that beautiful penis grow bigger and wider and thicker, longer and stronger, I mean, this is all stuff that can be utilized while we're doing practices such as masturbation for manifestation, and you know, the jelking, the super edging, the Kegels, all those exercises which will give you the extra size, is what it all comes down to. Is remember that, write that down. With exercise comes extra size. And I love to say that. And you know what? Since I'm flexing, you know I love to just keep just showing you the grow. And this is the mind-muscle connection, man. I love to just show the veins snaking out, just showing you that I can grab energy at any given time, that I am my own resistance. And I want you to just go ahead and write this down with me. I am divine, I am magic, and I can increase my size. The last one I was pretty lit up and I was just screaming it, you know, but you know, today we'll take it easy. Maybe I'll give you a yell. I don't know. Maybe I'll tell you what. I'll show you what. I'll show you. I'm going to yell without screaming, just because I want to, you know, rest the vocal cords a little bit, and that will transcend into what I got to say anyway. So without further ado, while I'm getting this pump going and getting me growing, I'm going to show you how to scream without yelling. And I show this in a couple of my videos, but it's worth doing. It's worth charging that testosterone. I'm getting extra pump just doing it right now. So oh yeah, man. And then even at the end, you just get, look at that, man. Whew. Shoulders pumping, body growing. It's a beautiful thing. Whew. Oh yeah, man. And like I said, man, I'm sitting here naked in a chair, and I can, you know, grab energy just like that. So I want you to understand that the magic is where you're at. So you write that down. We're magic, we're divine, we can increase our size. That is real. And you know, since I got this going, Nothing's real unless you believe in yourself, like Rocky Balboa says. You know, it's like I say, man, it's a Rocky season. When you got that nose going, we all sound like we're in Rocky 1 right now. But like I said, if I'm getting you smiling, doing something right, and I'm showing you that, absolutely. I'm showing you that, you know, that you can grab energy at any given time. Doesn't matter what you're on. It all comes from right here. All comes from up, you know, the chakra system goes beyond what we're, you know, beyond us. So like it's felt in the astral realms. You got that third eye right there, the crown up there, you know, the throat, the sacral, but don't forget the penis is on the root, and all this stuff is felt beyond, you know, beyond you, man. The light that's driving these beautiful avatars, I like to just look at that pump, man. Just sitting there naked, man. I'm gonna go to the gym tonight. I'm extra excited too, and you know, definitely changing up my, you know, my workout routine to manifest the best and really get that growth going and help me, you know, help keep us flowing. And that's what it's all about here, man. I'm grabbing on to collective beliefs to help me achieve, to help you achieve, and you know, make the world a better place. Because essentially, one of my main intentions is have you be confident in your own skin, be confident being naked, be proud of who you are, understand that you're beautiful. We're all from the stars. I believe in you. And, you know, oh my God. You know what? I'm looking at this video and I'm just going to go with the flow that this is, you know, I don't know if it's supposed to be on airplane mode. But we'll see how it goes and we'll see how it grows. But you know what? I'm not going to let that lose my train of thought. I'm already this far in. We'll keep it going, keep it growing, and I'll keep you showing that the breathing is definitely the way that can help you, you know, naturally raise testosterone, make your penis bigger, and of course get rid of the stress. No more himin and hawin. If you want to try some Wim Hof, go ahead and do that. It's definitely something that can help you, you know, overcome the cold weather. And you know, like I said, when we're, you know, when you're going out there to, you know, be your best and to just grow. You know, it comes from within, man, and just those controlled breathing, relieving getting rid of the stress is definitely going to be where it's at to help you manifest your best. And that could be science, that could be preached through Tao practices, every which way that you see. You just got to know that breathing is believing. So I believe in you. I understand that you guys are beautiful. Make sure that you guys are complimenting people. That's something that I just really want to just reiterate. You know, the more compliments you get out there, the genuine compliments that come from your heart are definitely going to come back to you. And like I said, you know, always, you know, even you don't have to necessarily say anything to anybody. Just have the right intention. But if you're giving a compliment out there to somebody, you're giving a compliment back to yourself. If you're in the gym, go ahead and, you know, tell somebody that they're looking good, man. Your pump's looking beautiful. They're, you know, they're growing. You know, because everywhere that I'm at, I always feel like I'm in the winning circle. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's an attitude that everybody should, you know, definitely transcend into their life, into the day-to-day, man. Because, you know, gratitude's the attitude, like I say. And whenever you're, you know, whenever you're going throughout the day, just always intend on people to have a beautiful day, spread that love. And of course, you know, what we're talking about here is, you know, give compliments along the way, because, you know, whatever you're giving back out comes back in. Don't, you know, a lot of people, especially like, you know, guys that want to judge how people are looking in the gym, or even girls, who, whatever, you know what I mean, whatever your label is, you know, people always, you know, they want to, there's no need to hate on somebody's progress or how somebody looks. All that you need to do is focus on the good, focus on what they're doing beautiful, and that's where the growth really comes from. Because there's no need to just be, you know, if you're looking at a masterpiece, you know what I mean, like let's say you're looking at like a Ferrari or something that you really like, you know, and it's got one little ding on it. Are you going to look at that little ding, or are you going to look at the beauty and the masterpiece that it is? And that's something that you should really go about when you're seeing people on a day-to-day. Don't focus on the flaws, focus on the beauty, because there is way more beauty than there is any flaws. Remember that, because you guys are beautiful. I believe in who you guys are, you know, and I just really want to tell you guys that I love you guys. Spread love in every which way that you can. Get out there, man, and just start breathing, start achieving. Make sure that you guys, you know, get on my social media, you know, follow me. You know, I got, you know, a whole bunch of beautiful things coming up, man. The holidays, watch yourself a beautiful movie, have some hot chocolate, have yourself a beer with the universe, glass of wine, have yourself a toke. I don't condone on the use of drugs, but I don't condone on you not being yourself. So go out there and just do something that makes you your best possible self. Make yourself your best version, make yourself happy, make yourself laugh. And that's really where we're at, man. So you guys are beautiful. I intend on you guys to spread love, to believe in yourself. I intend on all of us to grow and for all of us to show. And you know, we're gonna keep growing, become the giants that we are, and we're gonna make beautiful things happen along the way. So with that, I love you guys. I'll be seeing you around. Peace. Oh yeah. Make sure that you guys ring the bell. And I guess Rocky Balboa heard a bell. Yo, I think I heard a bell. Absolutely. I love you guys, man. I'll see you.